Let's understand BSA in this video. I will explain what it is, why it matters, and how it affects banks and law enforcement. Have you seen news about money being hidden or moved quickly across borders and wondered how authorities stop such crimes effectively every day? BSA stands for Bank Secrecy Act, a law made to catch illegal money moves and to make banks report certain transactions to the government. The BSA helps detect money laundering, tax evasion, and financing of crimes by forcing records and reports that show who moved the money and how. Two main reports are important: the currency transaction report for big cash deposits or withdrawals, and the suspicious activity report for odd or risky transactions. Banks must file a report when cash transactions are $10,000 or more in one day, showing the customer's name and details of the cash. The suspicious activity report is filed when activity looks unusual, like sudden big transfers, strange sources of funds, or mismatched customer information closely. The law also forces banks to keep records of checks, wire transfers, and account information for several years for future checks by investigators. Banks must know their customers. This means checking identity, understanding the customer's normal transactions, watching for unusual changes, and updating information regularly. Banks must also learn who really owns or controls an account. This is called beneficial ownership, and it stops hiding behind shell companies. Banks set up BSA compliance programs with rules, trained staff, and checks to make sure reports are filed correctly and on time always. A bank usually has a BSA officer who oversees the program, reviews reports, and helps the bank follow the law every day consistently. Banks use software to watch transactions. These systems flag patterns like many small deposits meant to avoid reporting rules, a tactic called structuring. When banks send reports, law enforcement gets leads to follow. These leads can help catch money launderers and other criminals over time routinely. The BSA balances privacy and safety. Banks must protect honest customers while sharing limited data to fight financial crime carefully with oversight. If banks fail to comply, they can face civil fines, criminal charges, and loss of license in serious cases. Compliance is legally required. Many countries have similar laws to stop money crime. Banks that work across borders must follow rules in each country and cooperate with foreign investigators. Courts and regulators review whether banks had good systems and acted reasonably. Judges look at policies, training, and record checks over time carefully. Lawyers advise banks on BSA rules, help design compliance, and represent banks in enforcement matters or questions from regulators and in court effectively. As CLAT PG students, focus on how BSA links to criminal law, evidence, and regulatory procedure. These connections matter in exams and practice. Remember key terms: currency transaction report, suspicious activity report, customer due diligence, beneficial ownership, record keeping, and compliance program are essential to understand. When reading the BSA, note the duties, report triggers, record lengths, and penalties. These details decide legal outcomes in cases and investigations. Make charts linking actions to required reports. For example, cash over $10,000 leads to a currency transaction report, while odd patterns trigger a SAR. In problems, identify facts showing large cash, unusual transfers, or hidden owners. Then match each fact to the BSA rule it triggers. Write clear headings: facts, legal duty, which report, and conclusion. This structure helps examiners see your reasoning easily and quickly in seconds. Understanding BSA helps you advise clients, prepare for litigation, and work in compliance roles. It is a practical, in-demand legal skill for many employers. Following BSA rules also protects customers from fraud and the financial system from abuse. Ethics and law work together here in practice. So, what do we learn from this? The BSA makes banks report and keep records to stop money crimes while balancing privacy and legal rules. Let us quickly remember: report big cash, file SARs for suspicious acts, keep records, know beneficial owners, and run a strong compliance program. So today we learned the BSA basics. Keep exploring these ideas, practice applying rules, and find more clear lessons on EduRev gently.